Hello everybody, my name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Spin Fishing character. Today, started off at Kuori. It started off in the middle of the night, or it's actually about 2300 that I logged in. So far, I've got 4 small non-marker fish, and then I caught whatever this is that's pull and drag here on my small rod, but since it's pull and drag, it was time to go ahead and start the recording for the second time, really. Thought I had another decent fish on earlier, but did not. So this is really my second time starting the recording today. But I may have to chase this fish. This looks like it's a decent one. I do have the Spiker 218 on here, and definitely got a decent fish here. Over on rod 2, I've got the homemade balsa wood minnow that we've been using, and on rod 1, I've got a Vico 8G. And I'll show off those setups here in a little bit. Obviously, since I'm chasing this fish, I don't want to get too much slack, so should be good. I'll keep an eye on things. This is a good fish. I don't know what we have. I don't know if we're looking at another big laker or what. Also didn't realize, I thought I already had my friction brake turned up a little bit, so this may not be as good as I thought it was. And it's pull and drag even with the friction brake turned up decently. This does seem like it's going to be a decent fish. Come on, fish. Keep coming. That is a decent laker. I don't think it's a trophy. Probably 6 kilos or 3.788. Wow. This is a little bit worn, but I'm amazed it pulled as hard as it did there. Tiny perch. So here's a setup I have. This is a 6 of 10 quality, and it's got size 2 hooks on it. And over here, this one has a 1/0 hook on it. Looks like a little Vindy. It being nighttime, I will probably pause for a little bit, and if something decent comes up, something decent comes up. So be back in a few. All right, we are back. You didn't miss much. I did get a couple of 100-gram Vinduses. got that lake trout, but the main reason I brought you back is I heard this one start pulling drag, and this one is on the rod that has the homemade balsa minnow lure. So kind of happy that it's getting the first big fish on a HSV. But there's what we caught after I took a break. So nothing too big overnight, which is kind of what I expected. A couple of 100-gram Venduses, and then whatever this is, and that small marker lake trout you just saw. But this is a good fish. It's pulling drag on a almost locked HSV. That's a good fish. I just got a message for the 4-letter W word. I may have to look at that here in a second. I'm going to get this fish first. And probably the fish over on 1. We'll see. Come on, fish. Trying to respond to the message and hit the voice to text button. That is a nice Arctic char. $6 Arctic char, 6,900 XP. Not a bad fish. What do I have over here on 1? Small 7? No, a nice Kuori whitefish. Alright, I do have to deal with that 4-letter W word thing, so I'm going to reel this in real quick. Especially since I'm right by the dock here, I'm going to park it real quick. And then I got to step away for a few minutes to deal with that. And we'll be back, but I don't want to waste the boat times. So I'm going to go ahead and pause and then log out, and then I'll be back here in a few. All right, we're back. It's a little bit late again, so I may have to do another pause overnight. It is what it is there. Had to deal with something for the 4-letter W word. Didn't miss much. I did get a 1.6 kilo lake trout before I brought things back here, and then that one laker there, and then a couple of small perch and things like that. So haven't really missed much. Looks like we got a decent Vindus here. Not quite decent enough though. But we got these two small lake trout and then that small Vindus. So haven't really missed much other than that 1.69 kilo laker. And the sun is going down again, so I get a feeling I may end up pausing through the night again. We'll play it a little bit by ear. There is some work still going on with the 4-letter W word, so a little bit distracted by that, but hopefully it stays calm. I got a bite over on 2, it looks like. And a bite on 1. And I don't have the retrieval speed all the way up here. Over here we've got a worthless perch. I think it was less than 100 grams even. And maybe a marker perch? Nope. I always think perch are bigger than they are here for some reason. I don't know if it's just the perspective or what. Every time I see a perch, I think it's 400 or 500 grams, and it turns out to be 100. All right, with the sun going down, I'll pause again, and I'll be back if we end up hooking something good. Well, it's not too much later, and I think this pulled drag for a split second. So it got me thinking it was going to be better than it was. This is still probably a marker. Unless it's an Arctic char. And it's an Arctic char, so it's going to be close. I'm going to say 1.4, not a marker. 1.8. It was a marker. Good. I didn't waste my time coming back. That one, pretty much as soon as I paused, it did a quick little drag pull. I do have the friction breakdown on 20, so I'm not entirely surprised. If the fish was coming from this direction, bit right there, it had the weight of the fish and the power of it swimming and the power of the boat all going against the reel. Looks like we got something over on 1. I don't think it's amazing. Vindus, 70 grams, not amazing. All right. We'll be back again here in a few. All right, we are back. Overnight, didn't really get a lot. I did get one surprise, actually, 2 kilo lake trout. When I was pulling it in, it was pulling probably less than this thing was. And this is probably not a 2 kilo, it's another 2 kilo. It's pulling about as much as that one. It looked a lot smaller than that one, too. I was thinking it was about a 400 or 500 gram laker, but it turned out to be a 2.1. But other than that, just a couple small ones. Did get a 900 gram eyed as well, too. But nothing really to write home about overnight. With the sun coming up, figured it was time to bring everyone back in and see what we can get the rest of the day. I do feel like I'm lagging a little bit. And I don't know why. I'm wondering if my... I noticed my work cell phone says it's used 50 gig of data today. Now, I don't know if Rod 1 has a big old fish on it or if Rod 1 has hooked the ground. Let's get this grayling pulled in. It does have a good fish, granted. I think the... what am I saying? The friction break might be a little bit low. Yeah, it was only 16. This may not be as good of a fish as I thought it was going to be. definitely don't think it's going to be a 6 kilo Arctic char. 3 to 4 kilo Laker, maybe. Yeah, 5.3 kilo Laker, not bad. At least Kuori's coming alive a little bit, because for the last few times I've been here, it has been rough to say the least. But we've gotten some decent fish today. So I'm happy about that. Oh, I know why I'm lagging. That'll probably help. I had Google Earth open from looking at something a few minutes ago while I was dealing with the 4-letter W word thing. But yeah, somehow my work phone has used 58 gig of data on my Wi-Fi network today alone. I don't know why. I'll deal with that later. So I'm wondering if that was playing into things, but I did prioritize this laptop over my work phone. Come on, fish. Still impressed by that. I also don't entirely trust the numbers that I saw for the work phone using 58 gig or whatever it was today, because the laptop that I watched multiple YouTube videos on during the day showed less than a gig of data, and I watched a couple of hours of videos. So that doesn't make sense to me, considering each episode I upload is 5 gig. Unless I know YouTube compresses things, so unless they compress it a heck of a lot more, I don't know. Small Laker there. And my work laptop, which I definitely did quite a bit on and multiple video calls today, wasn't showing too much either, so I don't know. I don't know if Uncle Google's Wi-Fi is not tracking things properly or what. Another small grayling. Another fish on one. Another looks like pretty decent fish on one, considering the tip of the water is almost in the rod. Strike one. The tip of the rod is almost in the water. At least I realized I said something dumb. 1.723. Not bad, but not amazing. Not as good as I thought it was going to be. Come on, fish. What do we have? That's a grayling, 605 gram grayling. That'll be worth a few pennies. Come on, good fish. This is not a good fish. It's better than I thought. It's also a perch, so I probably just jinxed myself. I did, it wasn't a marker. $173 Vindus. Itchy nose. Come on, good fish. Got a bottle of seltzer water opening and it likes to spray. So that's why I was muted for a second there. Didn't want weird noises coming through. Had a couple of these that are completely calm, and then I'll even let it kind of sizzle for a second and then it'll stop. Then I'll open the lid all the way and it'll kind of fizz over again and spill out. So very careful with them. Another small perch. Yep, I'm kind of glad I was careful. I completely, it's, your typical like soda bottle. I think it's a liter size. And I completely cracked the seal ring all the way around. It stopped sizzling after doing that. I just kind of let it spray out a little bit, let the carbonation out. And then once that stopped, I opened the lid and it immediately fizzed way up and almost came out the top again. What do we have over here in one? That looks like a pike. Yep. 2 kilo pike. Feels like I've been fishing forever because I paused through 2 nights. It's also 9:30, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up soon. I'll go to at least noon though. What do we have over on 2? Another pike. Small one though. Good news is the folks that are doing the work haven't reached out to me. Looks like they're still working it, but that's good. I'm a manager in IT and have a maintenance event going on tonight. And some of the folks are doing some work, and I'm glad they're seeming like they're doing pretty decent. It's the first time we've done this in a long time, so I'm not entirely surprised I got asked some questions as we got started. Granted, I also joined the team that I'm on 9 months ago. The person that's doing the work was already on the team, but is newer in their career. So I had to figure out something about something I myself had never done. Welcome to the life of a manager. Come on, fish. Small perch. Looks like I got fish on either hole. I'm gonna reel one in quickly because I think I can. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to rip two in as quickly. 111 gram bindi, not bad. This is a decenter fish. I'm not gonna say it's a good fish, but it's a decent fish. This game and fish got away on this account. It's ridiculous. Right as I lifted that fish up, it popped off. And I've got 137 fish missed like that. That's frustrating. Wasn't an amazing fish, but I don't know. I'm not having fun all of a sudden. So we'll probably go around the island and head in. That made me mad. I mean, I understand a fish popping off right away. I don't understand it when it had been on as long as it had. Small Arctic char. I think you can hear my voice how frustrated I am or just disappointed. Yeah, we'll go ahead and head in. Like I said, it's almost 9:30. I've got to upload this and let YouTube do its processing. That usually takes between 2 and 2.5 hours. And this goes live at midnight. So I've got 2 hours and 32 minutes before midnight. And it'll probably take 2 minutes to get back to the dock, sell everything, and start the upload process. All right. Let's see what we have here. Non-marker Arctic char, probably. Correct. I'll go ahead and throw out the small spinner. We're getting close to the dock, but not close enough. do we have? Small Arctic char on the spinner. Might be a marker grayling. $891 grayling. And no fish on. Thought I had a fish on. All right, we'll wrap it up there. 52 fish, not a bad day. I'm leaning towards we're probably around 160 to 200 silver for the day. And we'll take a quick look at the cafe as we run by here. No roach, no pellets, no rough. We might have 5 Indus. We do not. We only have 2. Did not get a 2-kilo grayling. Did not get 2 big old pike, and didn't get a trophy common carp or Kuori char. So nothing for the cafe. I'm still leaning towards about 150 silver. And survey says 157 silver. Not too bad. 32 for the Arctic char. Oh, wow. That Kuori whitefish was 31. I did not expect that. I was about 10 silver lower on that. I was around 20. So I'll take it. 157 silver gets us up to 1904 silver and 40 cents. So hope you all enjoyed. We'll be back again tomorrow over on the float character, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye now.